Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I'm AleeFox and today I'm doing a speed build for a family home in The Sims 4. This is my first build on YouTube, so if you have any constructive criticism, I'm open to that. Also, if you have any builds you'd like to see me do, or maybe some challenges, please also leave that in the comments below. So this home is, I guess, more of a traditional family home. It was inspired by a new story that I'm playing in my game, which is basically a boy next door, girl next door kind of storyline. So this is the girl's family home. She is a artist. She is going to move to the big city to become an art critic. So this home is basically for her to come back to visit her family and perhaps visit the boy next door. I just thought it would be a nice addition to the story. So the mother of this family is going to be a scientist, I suppose, but she's really into gardening. So you'll see that I add a lot of plants and planters for her to garden with. And the father, I haven't quite decided what I want him to do yet, so we'll see. I added a nice little office in the house for maybe business, so he could do that. Maybe he could be an astronaut. I don't know. We'll see. So you'll see that I kind of skip around a little bit. I had to cut out a lot of footage because I couldn't get the roofing and the windows quite right. I also do that with the stairs. It took me a long time to figure out where to put the stairs. They just weren't fitting quite right, and then I realized that it's because the house was a little too small. So you'll see in a minute that I'm gonna make the house a bit bigger in order to fit the staircase. I really liked it in that front position right there, but I realized that I couldn't have a front window next to the door, so yeah, it had to move. I really wanted that window next to the front door. So you can see the layout is starting to take form. The front room there is going to be the office, and the back part of the first floor is going to be split into a kitchen / dining area, a small bathroom, a living room, and I guess an entryway. And then they've got a nice big porch to go out to on the back where all the gardening supplies will be. You can see I'm messing around with those windows again. I just was not happy with the windows for some reason. I think I even replaced them again later on. Kinda looks like the porch is about the same size as the house almost. Oh well. I still fill it out, so it looks fine. So yeah. Starting to pick out the floors. Nice wood for the office, some carpet for the living room, tile for the bathroom. I think I go with a nice white tile for the kitchen as well. And wood for the entryway as well. So this house was actually a lot smaller than I had originally planned for it to be, but I think it worked out. They only have one child currently. They could have more children. It's not like they're elders or anything. And she's going away to the big city to pursue her dreams, so I didn't really see a need for any more bedrooms. But perhaps they'll have to renovate later on. Oh, I really love those 3 windows there. It's so pretty. I wish they would have stayed, but you'll see in a second. I start placing cabinets on the wall, and then I realize that the cabinets are blocking the 3rd window, and then, yeah, the 3rd window had to go. But I love when sinks look out of windows for some reason. It's just, I like the natural lighting, I guess. The house I currently live in also has that, and it's always nice to look out the window when you're doing some dishes. So you see, I moved the sink to the right, and it stays there for the entirety of the build, but when I player tested this house, the sim would keep chopping on the sink like it was a counter, so I ended up moving it to the left in front of the other window, and she stopped doing that, so that worked out. I'm not sure why she was doing that. Perhaps it's because of the flower. I'm not sure. But so you'll see that I start putting things on top of the refrigerator, which I really, really like. So this is something I haven't really seen other people do, but I don't watch too many other people, so someone else could have done it. But in my house, in all the houses that I've lived in, there's always things stored on top of the refrigerator. Bread baskets, napkins, paper towel, all sorts of things. We had a tea set up there once, or just like an old tea kettle set up there. So I thought that was very appropriate and realistic. I really wanted that rectangle table, but it was too small of a space, so I ended up going with the round table. And I really, really like the kitchen when it gets finished. It has a really nice color scheme, lots of oranges and kind of neutral beige, I guess, dark brown, or maybe it's light brown. But it turns out being really pretty. The bathroom is kind of basic. It was kind of a small space, so not much to work with. But you'll see I'm gonna end up putting something on the back of the toilet, which again is something that is a constant in my life. In all the houses I've lived in, there's always something stored on the back of the toilet, whether it be like tissues or a basket full of hairbrushes or lotions, what have you. There's always something stored on that space because there's never enough room. So I'll eventually put something there as well. And now you can see the color scheme for the kitchen starting to take place. I believe I changed that wallpaper again to a darker orange, maybe? Not sure. Maybe not. I don't know. I went through so many different wallpapers. Oh, but you'll see I'm going to be putting some shelves in the corner near the dining room table. And oh yeah, I did the sunrise. Yeah, I really like that. That came with the toddler expansion. And that really suited the color scheme. So I'm going to put some shelves in the corner here. And I filled them up and it looks really nice. If you look really, really closely, you'll see that they are floating a tad bit, but in gameplay it's not noticeable. You have to like zoom in on them really close. So I start putting some terracotta plants, keep that warm tone going on. And I got the little cookie jar there, and I believe I end up moving it so that it's sort of a bookend for the books I just put up there. And yeah, I'm going to be changing all that. It was so difficult filling up the shelves to make them look full. Oh, I forgot to mention this is base game only, so that's why it was so difficult. There's not that much to work with. So this video is actually a bit long. I did cut out a lot of me messing around with the roofing and the windows until and the staircase until it was sufficient, because I just took so much time on that. I am a bit of a slow builder, so I apologize. I'll get faster with more practice. Oh yeah, the foyer is really nice too. It's got like a dark purple color, or maybe that's purple brown. I'm not sure. I really like the color though. Isn't it so pretty? I love the kitchen. Nice and bright. Okay, moving on to the foyer. Oh, nope, I guess we're going to the office. So the office, I tried to do a black and gold theme. Kinda, I guess, it felt really business-like, black and gold. I'm not sure. That's what I was going for. I'm gonna add in a chessboard there to make it even more businessy, and the little bonsai tree in the corner. Take out your stress on, become focused, get some work done. And lots of books. Oh, I think I actually get rid of the books so that I can put a nice desk lamp there with some more gold. So the chess table worked out really nicely, but I had trouble with the chairs. They just weren't matching quite right. I think I go back later and change them again. I left them with the brown and the gold because I thought the gold matched pretty well, but I wasn't quite satisfied with them, so I believe I changed them again. And just add in some lighting. Gotta spotlight that picture. And here I'm adding I'm adding curtains, I guess. But what I was gonna say is that in that little corner where the easel is, I'm gonna be adding like a little work area for the daughter, since she's an artiste who is going to be an art critic. So she's going to have a lot of artwork there. And we're working on the living room. I changed the color scheme of the living room a couple times. It just wasn't quite working. I stick with a light blue color for a long time, and then it just wasn't working with the wallpapers in the fireplace. So I ended up changing it to more of a teal, I guess. Oh my gosh, this fireplace was such a headache. Figuring out what to put on it, and then filling those spaces next to it were really difficult. The chairs were fine. Chairs were easy to put. But there wasn't much that actually fit in those spaces. The little potted plant fit okay, but it didn't really match the color scheme. Here's where I'm going through all the different wall colors and realizing I didn't like any of them. So there, now it looks much better. Nice light purple, or maybe it's a gray, purplish gray. And we need a nice little picture to go above the fireplace. And some more decorations on top, because I just wanted to make it look full. And here's where I'm struggling to find something to go in that corner. I don't remember what I put there actually. I know the little pot goes away, and I put like a lamp over there and a mirror. Yeah, so I'm going to realize soon enough that the picture is actually cutting through the ceiling, so I end up having to move that again. But then I realized that some of the blinds, or curtains I guess they were also cutting through the ceiling, so eventually the walls are going to be made a little taller. I'm going to have to go through and fix everything again. This is the little TV area. I end up going with the nice big chest, which I really like in that dark brown color with the gold accents, which also ties into the mirror on the wall with the gold. Again, I have trouble filling that little corner, so I'm gonna eventually move the table over and just get a love seat instead of a full couch. So if you wanted to, you could easily put the full couch back in and find something else to decorate it with, but working with the base game only, it was difficult. Nothing quite fit right. But I do love that chest. Looks so realistic, I guess. I got the little tablet on there, and I think I put the little Zen garden on there. I hope that's base game. I think it is. Oh yay, the little artist corner. So I end up going with the three nature pictures here, and I ended up putting them across the wall. But right here I have a little zigzag pattern. What do you guys think of that? I end up lining them up in the end, but I just wanted to know your opinion. Which do you think looks better? I was kind of going back and forth, so just let me know. I kind of liked them going across because it kind of looked like a window with exotic scenes outside. Very different temperatures, geographies. So this window, I actually put a really big curtain on, and that's the curtain that actually clips through the ceiling and makes me change the walls to higher. So now we're working on the foyer. Got a nice little shoe rack there, and the little coat rack's gonna go next to it. And I'm gonna add some shelving on the wall next to the door with a nice big picture. Normally I like to put like little, I guess, tables, desks in the entryway, but with the layout going from the front door to that big archway, I didn't want to impede traffic, I guess. So I just put shelves instead so that they wouldn't have trouble getting through if there were multiple people going through the archway or whatnot. Oh yay, there's a little bath essentials. Got nice little purple and green thing going on. And I put a really nice plant on there. Yep, I really like that plant there. I think it really ties it in. And I wasn't sure about that light in the stairwell. Kind of looks weird. I think I move it around a bit more. But, oh well. I'm like zooming around. Okay, on to the outside. Nice little grill and a patio, table with some chairs. I go for bold red and I think black table. And all the little planters outside and little water bath for the birds out there. Black and red. I love that little watering can. I think it's a nice little touch. And I'm just using the Move Objects cheat and the I think it's the 9 and 0 key to put those plants in the pots. So if you wanted to use those pots, you could just delete the plants out of them and actually plant real plants in there. But I just don't like leaving them empty. So, and here's the upstairs bathroom. I had a lot of trouble choosing the sink, and I guess that kind of sets the tone for the color scheme. And I really have a lot of trouble with placing things on the sink. Like the soap, I think I leave it there, but it's like clipping through the sink. That doesn't make sense. That's where soap goes. Why doesn't it work? And the toothbrush holder too. Like I want to put that directly on the corner of the sink, but it doesn't quite work that way. And I tried all sorts of different types of sinks and none of them quite look right, so just gotta deal with it. And I put 3 little ropes there for mom, dad, and daughter. And I think I'm gonna end up putting something on the back of this toilet too. Maybe some plants. Yep. It looks nice. And it all functions. I player tested it, so. Oh, that curtain was also going through the ceiling. So here's the master bedroom. I was going to go for that bright yellow color, but then it seemed a little difficult to match things to, so I went for the light green. And that was a lot easier to work with. Some dark brown walls, and I make a little pseudo closet, I guess, in that little nook right there where the dresser is. Yeah, here we go. So I end up putting lots of things on the dresser, and I hang some clothes up above it, and yeah, I think it looks pretty nice. I was pretty pleased with it. I was trying to add one more thing, but I was like, I think it looks fine, so I just left it. And here we go, it's starting to take form. Thought about layering to try and make it look fuller, but the boxes on the top weren't quite fitting well over each other, so I just left it how it was. I'm gonna add a little shoe rack in there as well. Oh, and the little porcelain pig. It's so cute. And that just seems so realistic to me for I guess older people. I know plenty of people who have like porcelain figurines just sitting on their floor. So I thought maybe her parents would be into that, especially with the mom being a scientist. She probably likes biology and animals too. But of course, her first love is plants. Working on the little nightstand. Just some basic decorations there. I really wanted to put a clock there, but the clock was just too big with the lamp. And we've got one more picture to go, and then we're going to move on to the daughter's room. And this one, I kind of imagined that it's kind of left over from her childhood days. So it's very pink and very girly. I imagine her mom probably set it up for her when she was a kid and it just never got changed. And she probably went off to college and she just came back and was like, oh, I'll just get my own style when I get my own place, I guess. But you'll see she does add a little bit of her own color in there with some pops of blue and a little bit of yellow in there with the desk chair and some of the art. I really wanted to make that bookcase and the desk go together, but it wasn't quite working. So I ended up going with this smaller bookcase and start adding a whole bunch of little details to it. So I really wanted to put those books up on that extra shelf, but they just weren't fitting right. Like, they look okay from the front, but when you look in the back, it looks terrible. And they're also floating a little bit, so just wasn't working. So I ended up putting a plant up there. I think I try again with these books, but they also weren't fitting right. I put that plant up there, and it was also floating, so I lowered it down, and now it's just got a different shaped face, and it's fine. It's cool. And just adding some decoration to the desk. Lots and lots of girly things, which her mom probably bought for her. She's probably like, you need to be more girly. How about I get you some nail polish? And she's probably like, sure, Mom, whatever you want. Yeah. No, actually, maybe if she's an artiste, maybe she'd be really into nail art. That would make sense. Maybe some makeup art too. I don't know. It's not quite decided yet, but if you guys are interested in maybe seeing a Let's Play of that story, I could put that together for you. I haven't quite started playing it yet. I'm still building the houses for the story and making the families. I've made the girls' family. That's the Jackson family, which is going to be living in this house. But I haven't... Well, I have made the boys' family, but not their house yet. And yeah, I think it's going to be a cute little story where the boy's really in love with the girl and she doesn't really know it and moves to the big city, and he's kind of left all on his own and has to decide what to do, if he's going to follow her, if he's going to try and move on. But they've been best friends since childhood, so we'll see what happens, I guess. And I think we're just finishing up here. I had to move everything since I changed the height of the wall. You see there, I was contemplating that layout for those pictures again. Yeah, I changed those chairs. Oh, I haven't done the landscaping yet. So yeah, basically the inside's done. Oh, I think I have to do the little landing there where the stairs are real quick. I thought it would be really cool if they had like an old landline phone to put there, but no such luck. So I just put like a little table and some plants, I think. But if there was a landline, I would definitely put it there. But I know it's kind of obsolete technology, but maybe these people are really traditional and they just like having one phone instead of paying for a whole bunch of cell phones. Just adding a little picture there, top it off, and yay, we're finally going to landscaping. This was so much fun. Well, not choosing the pathway there. That wasn't as much fun, but all the trees and flowers and stuff were. Oh, I really love that tree with the bird bath under it. I thought the tree just the leaves fell over the bird bath. So pretty. So I work off that. And I really liked those bushes in the front, but they weren't quite working with everything else, so I ended up getting rid of most of them. And just adding a whole bunch of different kinds of flowers and some rocks here and there. And yeah, there's the wildflowers. I end up going a little overboard with the wildflowers. You'll see in a minute. But it looks really nice. I was really pleased with them. Yeah, we went from 4 bushes down to 1. And lots of different flowers. But it adds a nice little pop of color. I guess there's technically 3 bushes. They're just not all in a line anymore. And I think, there's the wildflowers, yeah. I really liked how they look under the trees, so I ended up putting them on both trees. But yeah, I was about to say I forgot to do the front porch in the video, so I did do that off camera, and there's like some plants on the porch, of course, because the mom, and just a little bench for people to sit on, and a porch light. I think it looks really cute. You'll see it in the screenshots, I believe. And here's our little garden area. Oh, just adding some dirt around to make it look more realistic. And I think I'm gonna add a little fence there. Took me a second to figure out how to put the fence there, but I got it. I started off with the 3 yellow on one side, and then I put like all sorts of flowers on the other side. I was like, wait a second, that doesn't quite match. And I break it up a little bit with a little blue bush in there, and add a whole bunch of dirt, because that's where she's going to be working. And just cleaning up a little bit, adding a little mailbox and the outdoor trash bin, and then I add a second one, which I imagine would be like a fancy recycling bin or something. So just a few little decorations, and we're gonna be going into the screenshots soon. So if you like this video, press the like button and subscribe, and comment down below with any suggestions, recommendations for other builds I should do, or if you really want to see that Let's Play, just let me know down below. I'm gonna upload this to the gallery so you can find it. I'm not sure what I'm gonna call it yet. Maybe the Jackson House or something along those lines. So yeah, thanks for watching. See you next time.